what I guess is going to become something of a thing with the Fallout 4 basic. I got the right way to do this. Live editing, I guess, is the best way to explain it. Um, Preview, so it's a full video to come. Am I actually broadcasting? This is such a weird experience. Because I normally just live stream all this, but I can't live stream Fallout 4. Alright. So picking up from where we left off with episode 3, as you can see here, I've got the actual game audio here, and then my actual own audio recorded separately, and I've already synced them up. 1, 2, 1, 2, sync, sync, sync. Welcome back, everybody. I will get the hang of this offline broadcast. I'm not really looking forward to having to cross the map. I could swim. I am in power. I'm affected with my bot and spot. The editing stream should be relatively short. We're just trying to make sure there aren't any major gaps. I don't think there are. There were some really insane fights that happened in episode 4, folks. And we lost Dogmeat at one point, and I accidentally fast traveled. I know, terrifying, isn't it? I actually fast traveled. But you know how this game is with companions. They can just somehow vanish from the world, and so trying to find the last place I saw him, and I was actually going to walk over there, but I accidentally clicked the wrong button and fast traveled. Alright, well, since we are going to run out of juice on our power armor very soon, what I'm going to do is park it up here. Because I have few power armor mods to actually make it self-sufficient. Kind of. Yeah, we're still out of sync somewhere. Where do we get out of sync? Mini nuke may come in. So there is a point in here where it's out of sync. I might have to watch this entire thing to find the desync point. Try to get the exact dog meat to be. Well, dog meat. Follow. I mean, I have to watch this thing from the beginning, aren't I? One, two, one, two, sync, sync, sync. Welcome back, everybody. That's all I have for. I will get the hang of this offline broadcasting thing. I will get the hang of it. Alright, so, first order of business. So, I installed a couple of mods, one called Restored PA Frames, which should be interesting if we actually run to anyone in Power Armor, and we can rip the Power Armor off their bodies, which is always nice. You might notice that the armor here is actually complete. I checked the mod page to see where the missing pieces were. Some people were reporting that it was inside of a chest. Some say it was master locked, some say it wasn't. Next to the armor, I looked, I couldn't find it, so I just added it via console. Nothing matters when we came out here, and if I can't get all the pieces, it's kind of superfluous, isn't it? Some other things. I have actually activated a reduced form of my power armor mod. I'm taking all my mods back to code and looking at them from the ground up. Do we have anything to work with? Alright, so now I wasn't actually going to mess with this because it's not really Poppy's style. But let me so far so good. I hope it's still letting me do this. There's the train power armor. Train whiz. Probably not. No. Train power armor. Now, I wasn't going to originally install the train power armor from Train Whiz because it does fit Poppy, but it comes with a quest, so I figured I'd go and check out the quest. Look at the very, very south end of the map, end of the railroad track. Alrighty. I did not mention the 16 my strength. Pretty sure I did. Mod. So presumably here is where we want to go. I should have mentioned my 16 strength. I think I had to re-record the video a couple of times, so I forgot to press record on that, or I forgot to press record in Audacity. I'm not used to doing offline broadcasting. My audio separately in Audacity. While Plays.tv is recording the gameplay. We actually want to head this way. I've installed the map overhaul, I've installed a glass overhaul as well. I couldn't actually find a good underwater mod that makes it murky, but not like that, unfortunately. So if anyone happens to know of one, let me know. But only one part of it. If you look over here in specials, you'll notice that my strength is 16. So I installed just the change to the frame. So I'm taking all of my mods back to code and giving them a good once-over because of all the various patches that have come out since I originally made the mods and my game went and died. Another micro stutter. Gotta get that, which means I've got to get across the wall. I'm not really looking forward to having to cross the map. I could swim. I am in power armor. The question is, would my oxygen supply last? Should I drown? Well, if we drown, we'll just load our save. Game audio seems to be a bit desynced though. Possibly. Not sure I can do anything about that, unfortunately. install the clear water mod as well. So it's a little bit easier to see stuff under the water. I'm just never going to get this audio to sync up, am I? No matter what I do. Alright, well I made it this far without drowning. Yeah, there's already an audio desync issue, but where? Phase.tv is recording the gameplay. Maybe I may have to add more sync markers for episode 5. Because I'm getting horribly out of sync. I should do something like entering water sink, exiting water sink. This way I can get, because right now... I've installed the map overhaul, I've installed the glass overhaul. Yeah. Still audio desync. I can't tell where the right sync point would be. Let's see if I can just find some dead audio. Train power. No, I wasn't going to originally install the train power armor for Train Wiz. I'm taking all my mods back to code and looking at them from the ground up. Alright, this is actually easier. So I can just go here and just sort of close some of these gaps. Add an in marker, add an out marker, go over to here. You should let me to trim my code up a bit. You know, to delete mark section and close the gap. And let's try adding an in marker, adding an out marker. This will create a bunch of little subclips, and I can probably just move them about as needed. That's one big block of text. Actually, what's the best way of doing this? If I set this actually here with the in marker, set it here for the out marker, go between them, trim. Looking for the little movements on the audio bar here. In marker, out marker, trim. In, out, trim. No, actually, C. In marker, instead of actually trimming, which closes the gap, I should be putting black in there. Because that allows me to actually move it back and forth within that space, allowing for better sync. So another one will be here. In, out, black. In, out, black. couple of blips on the audio here. Okay, so that's just a counter divot. Plays.tv is recording the gameplay. Probably can cut that one out. And go all the way over to here. Out. Empty space. In. What is it?
Why won't I? I've installed my own power armor overhaul, but only one part of it.
Out clip. Plain space. In. Out. Black space. In. Out. Black space. Save my progress. Okay. In. Out. Black space. In. Out. Black space. Oh, loading screen. Wonderful, lovely loading screen. of audio. Hi, Hetero. Welcome. Alright. Where does our audio is this actually still, is this block of audio in sync? Where does it actually hit the desync point?
2, 1, 2, sync, sync, sync. Welcome back.
I need to move it back a frame. Doing. What are you doing, Lightwave?
One, two, one, two.
Nope. That is horribly off sync. That's probably about the best I'll get, though.
1, 2, 1, 2, sync, sync, sync. Welcome back, everybody. I will get the hang of it. This
Neat.
offline broadcasting thing. I'll get the hang of it. Alright, so, first order of business. So, I've installed a couple of...
Well, I actually can't do much about that, so it's more a matter of seeing where is this audio in relation to the video.
Alright, so, now, I wasn't actually going to mess with this because it's not really Poppy style. But... let me...
Somewhere around here, I think, is a desync.
hope they're still letting me do this. There's the train power armor. Train Whiz.
There's a mention to the map, or at least a go to the map, so I think, actually, it's going to be around here. Where do I actually go to the map? This is a good enough key point. I can go be a bit more accurate. That is so weird. Seeing the Pip-Boy coming up partially. No. No. Technically, I'm not modding right now. I'm editing. Let's put a sync marker there. And this is train map. Alright, and so where do we actually talk about that?
I hope it's still letting me do this. There's the train power armor. Train Whiz.
That's me actually looking at the page, which the game doesn't capture. think it's actually this audio clip here.
Probably not. You know. Train power armor. Now, I wasn't going to originally install the train power armor from TrainWiz because it does fit Poppy, but it comes with a quest, so I figured I'd go and check out the quest. Looking at the very, very south end of the map, end of the railroad tracks.
I think actually here's when we pop back into the game. Let me check the audio.
Alrighty. Very, very south of the map, end of the railroad. I installed a map, map overhaul mod.
Yep, okay. So here's an out point. Here's an in point. Close the gap. Here's an in point. Here's an out point. Mind the gap. And just to clean things up a bit, in point. Out point. Mind the gap. Up, no. Mind the gap.
Let's see what TrainWiz armor has to say for it, and what kind of madness the mod has. I'm actually recording my audio separately in Audacity, while Plays.tv is recording the game.
Alright, so if this is the key point,
So presumably here is where we want to go.
I actually need to cut a little bit more.
Now, I wasn't going to originally install the train power armor from TrainWiz because it does fit Poppy, but it comes with a quest, so I figured I'd go and check out the quest. Looking at the very, very south end of the map, end of the railroad tracks. Very, very south of the map.
Alright, I can actually take this in marker, out marker, mind the gap,
Very, very south of the map, end of the railroad. I installed a map, map overhaul mod. So presumably here is where we want to go.
let's just throw a marker in there, doesn't matter what it's called.
Very, very south of the map, end of the railroad. I installed a map, map overhaul mod.
So it's that part there needs to sync up. Back a tiny bit.
Map overhaul mod. So presumably here is where we want to go. Let's see what TrainWiz armor has to say for it, and what kind of madness the mod has. actually recording my audio separately in Audacity, while Plays.tv is recording the gameplay. We actually want to head this way. I've installed the map overhaul, I've installed a glass overhaul as well.
AC wasn't turning on. Feeling a bit warm.
I've installed my own power armor overhaul, but only one part of it. If you look over here in specials, you'll notice that my strength is 16.
So I'm actually talking about specials here. And where's the video for the specials? Actually come up. About... here. I'm gonna throw another map marker here.
If you look over here in specials.
Yeah. That needs to sync up here, which means I have to go forward a bit more. Maybe about there.
I've installed my own power armor overhaul, but only one part of it. If you look over here in specials, you'll notice that my strength is 16. I installed just the change of the frames. I'm taking all of my mods back to code and giving them a good once over. So with all the various patches that have come out since I originally made the mods and like went and died. Another micro stutter. Gotta get that. You know, got to get off the I'm not really looking forward to having to cross the map. I could swim. I am in power armor. If I can do my posture spot. Should we drown? Well, if we drown, we'll float ourselves. We should solve the clear water mod as well.
We seem to be in sync.
It's a little bit easier to see stuff under the water.
Under the sea. Under the sea. Life would be better down where it's wetter. Under the sea.
Alright, well I made it this far without drowning. Now the question is, can I actually get up onto the shoreline? That might be... Okay, I'm gonna get up onto the shoreline. So far, so good. Glitchy textures. All over here. You know what? Oh crap, 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 crap.
Need to tighten it up a bit. We mentioned the Paul Revere house. Where? When we get to the Paul Revere house, put a marker here. And where do I mention the Paul Revere house? Is it over here?
Let's just go into the old one, shall we?
Oh, so that one actually mentions the Old North Church, so I'm going to put an out marker here, because that seems relatively fine in terms of sync. Put an in marker here. Fill this with black, RX, and I think Paul Revere is right here where there's a spike in the audio.
Oh crap, 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 crap. Let's just go into the old shop. Glitchy texture. All here.
Yeah, so this little audio bit here needs to be moved forward a skosh. Like that. That can unsync this section.
You should install the clear water mod as well, so it's a little bit easier to see stuff under the water.
Yeah, so let's do this. In marker, out marker, fill with black, RX.
Glitchy texture. All over here. You know what? Oh crap, 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 crap. Let's go into the old one, shall we? Zero chance to hit.
Out marker. In marker. Fill with black. Gonna throw a marker in there. Don't care what it's called. It's just a reference point. In marker. Out marker. Go between them for a couple of frames. Trim.
Zero chance to hit. Zero chance not hit this thing? Or why was it not dying? Rather. Need my damn chainsaw is what I need. I'll have to install that mod in there.
I actually have installed the chainsaw mod. It starts spawning enemies level 18 and above. I think we're pretty good. I mean, otherwise I might be going through this for another hour trying to edit everything. But I think we've got it pretty well synced. So I should probably add an ending title card. Just so it doesn't cut off randomly, right? Alright. That should be visual FX. And let's see. Now there's an idea. Well, let me put titles in here. There's an idea. No. It's going to do black here. I could adjust the opacity. But, turn that on. Can I get both? It doesn't want to. No. But let's see here. It should allow me to put titles on top. Problem is, it's going to do it from the beginning, isn't it? Yeah. Like, I want to tell it to do it from, like, here. Or something like that. Is there a way I can actually say, start from this keyframe? Near as I can tell, no. And if I put it as a separate layer, it goes to black, which is unuseful. Effects, in, out, enabled. Shadow, face, font. None of that is useful. So now it's working. That's weird. Oh, Lightworks, 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 Lightworks. Why must you always give me so much drama? Let's not use aerial. Let's use balloon. Size looks like it's fine. Y position. Sure. I will enable a shadow. I will enable outline. Typewriter in. Fade out.
I'm already noticing a couple of mods I want to install to make my life easier. I'd like to install them in a bit. Do I want to remove anything from here? Probably. I have a mod to make downgrading easier. It should be as easy as
Trying to get exactly to this point. That's where we want the titles to come in, if they'll actually let me move them.
I won't be able to work on my armor. Using the armor workbench.
Now, if I actually set a... I would kind of like to sort of do a couple of things here. Disable that. Go over to Edit. Put an in marker here, an out marker here. In this particular case, FX needs to be shut down. We're going to click and trim. And I actually want to speed up this section here. In marker, out marker, speed. Now, I need to find a way of just splitting the track. That worked. Clear the markers. Move that back to here. and the title's out. That's probably overkill. Disable those. For editing, enable that one. Alrighty. Alright, so let's see how this plays out. Just throw in my logo at the end. Let's see. Save. And I want to set an out marker of here. Back one frame. In marker. Out marker. Enable everything. And clear. Save. And let's see. Sequences is where we want to go. Select this one, which actually has visible stuff. Export, YouTube, Nord leading trailing black, 720p. Won't let me do 1080p in Lightwave. Frame rate is fine. I'm going to tell it to actually upload it to Let's Plays, Fallout 4 Poppy, videos. It's fine. Videos is fine. And start. So any thoughts, folks? Because right now we're just editing it, and then I'm going to post it up to VidMe. So any final thoughts before I end the stream? Of course, watch the video. You'll see other things, and I'll start filming offline episode 5 soon. Well, actually, there's quite a few mods I have in place in episode 5. I suppose I could actually open up Fallout 4 and show you. As long as I'm not actually doing anything in the game, then the desync shouldn't be thing. But if I'm just going to show you stuff, it'd probably be fine. What do you think of that, folks? Should I pop into Fallout 4 and give you like a little preview of the current state of things? Alright. It's probably gonna... I will warn you, the desync will probably be pretty nasty, considering we're rendering while we're popping into Fallout 4. So, that could be brutal. That could be brutal. But of course, we're not actually going to be doing gameplay stuff. We're just going to kind of show you the state of Hangman's Alley and a few notable mods. So, it shouldn't be too big of an issue. Plus, it makes these editing streams be more than just a preview of the video that will be posted pretty much right after the editing stream is posted, because I kind of post them in tangents. So, let's see here. Need to launch Nexus first. Yep, Fallout 4. Thank you, Nexus. I've also made a couple of compatibility patches. That's kind of my philosophy currently, is that for every batch of mods that I install, make a master compatibility patch. Like, don't put the compatibility patches off for a while. Do it with each batch you put in and do preliminary testing, because of course the real testing is in the actual gameplay, where we run the game for an hour instead of 10 minutes. Preliminary testing just to make sure the mods don't crash the game that boot up. do wish Lightwave was a little more user-friendly so that I could actually put in, like, counters and titles inside of the video. Like I was trying to do with episode 3, I wanted to put in, like, all those mod pop-ups, but it just wasn't going to happen. The title system is very, very finicky, and it's just such a pain in the ass to try and maintain consistency. I had to give up. I'm like, no, I can't do this. Maybe I can do one pop-up, but unless I'm going to use the default settings or personally remember each of my settings, it will take forever to do every single one of those pop-ups. I'd have to do every one of them from scratch, and it's just... Of course I have poor system performance. I'm rendering video and about to play a 3D game. Of course I have poor system performance. It's kind of a given. Mercy me. If asked to stop the background task, would you like to abort? Yeah. Because I can actually export this after the fact. Because I can do this while I'm like watching YouTube videos or something. Or VidMe videos. Yeah, you guys are never going to see this, are you? This is my loading screen. I changed up the loading screen for Fallout 4. You know what would really be a cool game? I don't know what they'd use as the premise for it, but I mean, just look at this world. This is such a cool world. I would love to play a pre-war Fallout. I mean, granted, it'd probably just have to be Call of Duty, because, you know, that's really all you could do in pre-war, but dear God, would it look amazing. Like, 60s aesthetic with retro future tech and power armor military. Don't tell me that a pre-war Fallout would not be fun visually. So as you can see, I've done a little bit of cleanup of Hangman's Alley. Put a powered door over here. A couple of turrets. I actually gained 1 level, so I got the local leader perk. I actually had a settler, so I made that settler become a provisioner to, I think, just Sanctuary Hills. I'm supposed to have 2 settlers here. No, I sent them to Red Rocket, because that's where I put a lot of my stuff. Because most of my stuff is, of course, at Red Rocket, Sunshine Tidings, and Sanctuary. I've got to get a couple of provisioners in place. Obviously. But, so far, I mean, the game's saying I've got 2 people here. I've met one of them. There he is. He's having trouble with the door.
Yes.
He just can't figure out, the door's over here. I may have to, like, put another door in here or something, or just move the door to the side. So he seems to have trouble finding the door. It's really weird, because for some reason his pathing says, go out through this way, go out through this way, go out through this way.
Yes.
I mean, I suppose what I could do is just put a concrete wall there and leave that open. We do something weird like this. I actually can't afford to put a concrete door in there. Well, no, actually, because what I can do is this. Why do you make life so difficult, Fallout 4? Just want to put in this thing. I want to have it snap to the other one. Behold the world of Fallout 4. Oh my. Yeah, but it does seem like I actually need to move these back in order for my settlers to be able to use the door. Because for some reason their pathing is just, well, it's Fallout 4 pathing. Are we really surprised? And then we have that weird ass snap point. Do you seriously not want to snap there? Do it. Of course not. Oh, Fallout, Fallout, Fallout. You mad, Madigan. It does seem like this is kind of what I need to do. I wonder if my settlers to properly path through here, which is something I can definitely work with. I mean, I don't mind making it a little bit wider for them to get through. Fallout 4 and its weird ass pathing. Actually, let me connect something here. Probably not. This is why everybody likes Place Anywhere, folks. For this particular reason, this madness that we are watching right now. Oh my. Just want to snap there, does it? I suppose it's not terrible. I don't particularly like it that I can't have it flush, but it could be worse. As long as I've got a nice barrier on the wall. Apparently it's wide enough for them to get through. Kind of defeats the purpose of my guard turrets, but whatever. Now, I did see the other settler. Where did they vanish off to? Seriously. While I was trying to fix the wall, I had a settler wander in. Where did they wander into? So this is the Hangman Alley interior apartments mod, which opens up a few spaces for crafting, as you can see. I've cleared a lot of the stuff on the ground level. Kind of wish I could build in that building. Maybe at some point in the future the mod will be updated to allow that, but... Now, where is a settler? This is one of the spaces that was opened up. The thing is, I'm not really sure what I would do with these spaces, because they don't really work well as apartments, do they? Like, no one's going to have an apartment that goes directly to the staircase. Oh, maybe the top one works as an apartment. These other ones don't really, unless I build like some type of subdivide in here. Because, I mean, if I put like a divide here, then this could be the apartment. Because otherwise, anyone who's trying to go to like higher apartments would pass through your apartment, which doesn't really strike me as something that you would want. But if I were to put like, I don't know, like a corner of concrete here, or wood or something like that, and then the rest of the space was the actual apartment, it could work. Do something similar up here. But I would definitely have to put some type of median hallway in. I mean, this is just a ground level lobby, basically. This is the fusion recycler. Put 2 nuclear material and a drained fusion, partially or fully drained fusion core. Obviously, fully drained it would be moved from your inventory. But you put one of those in here, and it will fully recharge your fusion cores. So if you guys remember, well, you guys don't know if you haven't seen that episode yet, but at the end of the episode 4, well, I ejected and used 1 fusion core, had 2 left, and one of them was at like 23%, and now they're both at 100. So I was able to recharge my other fusion core. Okay then. That's the thing. guys saw the settler, right? When I was messing with the concrete? There was a settler. Now I can't find them. Of course I can't find them. Of course I can't find the settler. Oh my. I actually can't build this one because I don't have enough screws. Interesting. Interestingly, I can build the giant industrial water purifier. I should install a mod that gives me like actual water towers. I think that might be more fitting for Hangman's Alley. So I just don't have the supplies to really kit out Hangman's Alley in any decent fashion. I just got a settler somewhere around here. I have no idea where. The first one actually took up guard duty right here. But I have no idea where the other one is. Just vanished into the Nexus. Into the void. There is actually a relatively easy way to find it. I just gotta remember which one it is. I think it's defense? Ah, yes. The kill saws. No, I don't want guard post. Power? I don't think it's power. Resources, maybe? Stores? Crafting? That one. Settler. What the heck is up with my turrets? Siren. Can I build a siren? Up and at them. The other way you draw your settlers to you. I saw the settler! Show up already! Behold Fallout 4 and trying to find your damn settlers. We do need to heal our crippling wounds, so... Heck are my settlers? You're a settler. Well, you took your damn time introducing yourself.
So let me know if you have anything you need me to do.
And yes, I finally redecoed Poppy so she looks more like Poppy. Well, don't worry. You won't have to worry about the clean water. Because you are going to become a supply line to Sanctuary. But fine, they need water. Do I have the supplies now? Yes, actually I do. Connecting them to Sanctuary has given me access to the supplies necessary to build them their damn water pump. This place is just such a... This place is insane. Look at all the junk I've got everywhere. Really, I just need 2 more settlers and then I'll have all of my settlements linked up. They don't have food, but you know. I don't have the science, so I can't build that. I could build a windmill generator, but I think I'll just gonna build another one of these giant, clunky, massive medium generators. But yeah, when I pick up on the next offline recording, might as well give you guys a better look at what Poppy looks like now. We're getting there. I definitely got the right... I think I've got it close to the right hair shade. And that's a pretty good match to Poppy's hairstyle. Should be picking up a chainsaw soon enough. Turn the siren off. If I had a chem bench or some other stuff I could have crafted, like I could straight up put her in a nurse's outfit, which might kind of fit. But I don't have any chem benches here. I have everything but a chem bench. And when we pick up next time, actually, when we pick up next time, since we have our base of operations set up here, I'm probably going to go back and do what we were trying to do last time, which is go down here and get the train power armor. Though, there are a few other things in the area I could do as well. Clear the training yard, find any trace of Brent Savaldi. Why don't I ask you guys before I cut the editing stream short, just so I have a point of reference. I don't know how many people are going to see this on VidMe before that happens, but you know, what do you think we should do next time when I'm doing episode 5? Since obviously episode 5 will be offline, we'll have to do this entire, you know, sort of commentary per episode after the fact. But you know, what should we do? There's a quest for the train power armor down here on the south of the map. We have apparently a pipe bolt thing here in Hubris Comics. There's a couple things obviously we can get in Hubris Comics. We can go to the training yard here and clear that out for some of the people in Bunker Hill. And again, people in Bunker Hill, but those are up there. So basically, we can either go north or we can go south. If we go south, we have 2 quests. We have this one here and the train power armor down there. If we go north, presumably, well, I suppose if we go north, we have that one there and these 2 up here. Get the train for snipe. Alright, I'll get the train power armor. I'm gonna hit up Hubris Comics and get the Grognak outfit and other stuff. But of course I'll do that off camera. And I'm gonna continue investing in the basically my goals in terms of perks that I'll be picking off camera, because I don't know how many levels I'll gain, is obviously more in Blitz, more into Intimidation, because I actually have an Intimidation perk which I really like to mess with. more into Big League, which is our melee weapons, because obviously we are melee whenever we can go melee, and probably throw stuff into intelligence and get medic because it is Poppy. I mean, medic I can get right now, but it just feels like I should keep pumping intelligence for Poppy. But those will be the things I'll be focusing on as I gain levels. I feel like I should also go north anyway, because there's a few things I need to craft, but I can only craft them at a chem bench. But we'll get the train power armor first. The more I think about it, the more annoying it's going to be, because we get the trained power armor, but I'm going to have to leave the Midwestern power armor near the entrance to grab the trained power armor, then have to take the trained power armor back to one of my settlements, then head back without power armor to get that, or I have to go down to the trained power armor and deal with all that stuff without the Midwestern power armor. Yeah, that's brutal. But I suppose that's really the best option I have available to me. Alright, folks. See you next time.